what's in my camera bag when I head out.
Yeah,
I think that's what you had asked about 5 minutes ago. Sorry, took us down a really long tangent.
I,
Um,
I do it all the time.
awesome. So it's a Nikon D5 usually, and then a Sigma lens. So not even a Nikkor, but a Sigma 150 to 600. So pretty straightforward. Oftentimes it's raining here, which is always fun, meaning the water's quite literally super choppy. And I almost always forget my rain bag or my rainproofing kit. So I usually end up with like a Safeway shopping bag over top the lens. Looks pretty ghetto, but it gets the job done. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Right on. Well, I mean, it's a lot more basic than I expected. So, what's
I'm pretty simple.
what was the lens that you use? Is that what you would say is like a pretty go-to all around solid lens for like almost any situation you could run into?
Um, yes. So for Alaska, everything here, in my opinion. So again, remember, my frame of reference is like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, or like the East Coast, right? Everything here in Alaska to me feels super big, just enormous, right? You look at a mountain, you're like, oh, okay, that's not big, or like it looks grand, but you're not like in your mind, you just don't understand how big that is until you're looking through a lens and you're like, wow, that zoom just does nothing, right? I zoomed
Right.
as far as I can and it didn't do anything. Or like an eagle, right? You see an eagle and you're like, wow, that looks pretty small until you get close to it and you're like, okay, that's like half the size of me, right? It's just the grandeur here is just so much bigger. That being said, yes, for me, that's my go-to lens. I have missed shots with a humpback whale and an orca, well, many of them, I should say, when they're up close, right? So when something's super close and you've just got a telephoto lens, there's not much you can do. That being said, the recommendation would be to just have multiple camera bodies, multiple setups. That also being said is oftentimes those types of breaches are not something that you have a warning for, right? You're
Right.
all of a sudden it's like right there and you just wouldn't. I don't have the reaction speed. I don't know if most humans would with the cameras that well, right? Maybe a Paul Nicklin or something is would but not me. So yeah, I would say that is definitely the go-to for me.